All of you, my pranams to all Atma Jyotis. Welcome all of you for the self-discovery program. Today we are taking up Swadhisthana Chakra. So please take a notebook and I'll ask a question. You write down 3 major desires in your life you want to fulfill. What are the 3 major desires you want in your life to be fulfilled? Number 1, important. Number 2, number 3, important desires in your life. So if everybody has finished this writing desire, I know you have a big list, 100 desires are there. 3, focus on 3 major. So everybody has finished writing? Okay, then we will go to the next step now. Let us understand your desires. Okay. What desires do you have and why do you have desires? Can anybody write in chat box what desires they have written? Just write in the chat box. Just type. So we'll know what desires you have. You can share your desires. Now, one thing I'll tell you. Whatever desires you have, once you express it, those desires will start fulfilling this, they'll manifest. It's very important that what desires we have, we should start bringing it to conscious mind and starts understanding and expressing it. Then the desires will start manifesting. The hidden desires will not manifest. The desires are in seed form. So then a thought comes. A thought, when you express it, it starts from seed, it starts sprouting and it will become a plant. The plant will become tree one day. So anybody wants to express what the desires they have? Right, type it in the chat box. Typed? I'm not able to see. Okay. Okay. Become richest IITian in the world. Okay. Very good. Children on the right path. Atman Mosham Jagaditayeja. So very good. Realization. Become richest person in the world. Helping India. So okay. So many desires are there. Very good. Very good. To attain God. Very good. So people have expressed various desires. I'm very happy about it. Okay. Now, please understand, whatever desire we have, they are like seeds. Okay. The seeds which you put it in the soil start growing. It will become a tree and plant. You understand? So the nature or Prakriti, the Divine Mother, is like a seed. Is like a soil. Prakriti. Any desire you have in your life is like a seed. If you have 10,000 desires, 10,000 desires also like seed. Right? This seed will Prakriti. The moment you think, moment you express it, it will go into the nature. Have you heard in earlier days, our parents used to tell, there are devatas called Tatastu Devatas. Have you heard of the Tatastu Devatas? My parents used to tell me, there are Devatas called Tatastu. So be clear, be careful about what you desire. Tatastu Devatas say they'll bless you. So be it. So whatever desires we have in our life, they'll start manifesting. Once the desire comes to a thought form comes to expression, and expression will become action. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? So the nature or Prakriti is a soil into which whatever desire you put in the form of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and expression will start growing. So then, okay, so then you have to understand, if you have 10,000 desires, the 10,000 desires also will fulfill. But it may not happen today. Everything requires a seed. If you put in the ground, it requires a soil, fertilizer, and sunlight to grow. Similarly, our desires also will require the divine blessing, divine grace. The grace is like sunlight. Any desire we have will get fulfilled immediately, or after some time, or after a long time, or after many lifetimes also. It's not necessarily one lifetime. So, but it will get fulfilled. If you have a desire for something, it will take many, many lifetimes to get fulfilled. Also possible. So we should be careful about what type of desire we have, what type of choices we make in life. We should be careful. It's like in your garden, will you put the right seed? When you put some seed in the garden, you'll put only proper type of seed, not all the types of seeds. What fruit you want, that seed you have to put. So that's why you have to be very clear about what desires you want to have in your life. Wrong desires, wrong thoughts will create that. Are we clear? So now, if desire is so important, because desire is like seed, sometimes the seed may sprout after many lifetimes, not one lifetime. So I'll tell you a story of one Mahatma, one great being. In Buddha's lifetime, Buddha's life, the Buddha had so many monks, 10,000 monks. They used to follow. They become monks because they want enlightenment. And many people follow Buddha. And some of the monks become egoistic. They start thinking, oh, I have become a monk, I am great. Okay. The monks start thinking they are great because they are monks, and they think that householders are not useful fellows. So Buddha wanted to remove the Buddha wanted to Buddha wanted to teach them a lesson, monks. He told there is one householder, a man is there. He is dying. You go and take advice from him. So all the people rush to the householder. And then he is an old man. He is married and he has so many children. The monks think, why Buddha is sent to this householder? We are all monks. The householder, why, what will learn householder? But the householder, he gives a beautiful advice about enlightenment, liberation to these monks. The monks are very surprised. How can a householder know so much? The householder is the enlightened one. They come and tell Buddha, the householder is able to teach us enlightenment, whereas we are monks, we are not able to, even with the living with the Buddha, I am not able to understand for so many years. Why it's so? The Buddha says it's because of the desire that householder had in his past life. He became enlightened in this lifetime. That householder was in the past life, he was a tailor. He was stitching the clothes. Earlier days, he would stitch the cloth with a needle. And he used to light a lamp. And the lamp, there used to be a statue of a Buddha there. Buddhas are many. The previous Buddha, this is light. The new Buddha is Gautam Buddha. The previous Buddha is another Buddha, Kashyapa Buddha. So he used to light a lamp in front of Kashyapa Buddha, like we light lamp in front of God every day. So he used to light a lamp and pray to Buddha. I also want to become like you. He doesn't know what is Buddha. He doesn't know what like you. Then he used to stitch the cloths. So whenever he stitches the cloths, he look at that Buddha's figure and say, I want to become like you. That's all he says. So now his desire that I want to become like you gave him next birth, where in next birth he got enlightened. So what desires we have are like seeds. We have to put in. When you put it, it will start growing. Okay. So be careful about right type of desire what you have. A wrong desire will also sprout. And let us understand nature of desire. So many people have written about, okay. So let us say I take one person, he has written, peace I want, number 1. Okay. 2 children to be successful in life, number 2. 3 liberation I want. So 3 choices somebody has made. So let us take the second choice. If children are successful, what will happen to you? So if children are successful, I will be peaceful. If you are liberated, what will happen to you? You are peaceful. So what you have written, number 1, number 2, number 3, peace only. So you are asking peace only. You are not asking for children to be successful. You are not asking for liberation also. You are asking for a peace. So then I want to have peace, want to know the self, peace everywhere. So there's another person. So that means peace only are written. Want to know the self is for peace only. So everybody has only one desire, peace. What is this? You have only one desire called peace. Huh? Okay, who is the richest IITian? There is somebody who has written richest IITian, become richest IITian in the world. So what will happen to you become richest IITian in the world? You will be happy and you will be peaceful. So are you asking for really to become richest IIT in the world, or you are asking for to be happy and peaceful? So Atmano Mokshartham Jagaditaya, somebody has written, to realize myself and to serve the world. So what is to realize yourself? I am Atman, I am self. If you realize yourself, there is a peace, Parashanti. If you serve the world, there is joy. You are sharing joy and happiness, love. So love and peace is what we are asking in life, nothing else. We give so many names for desires. No, I want to have a good cup of coffee in the morning. Why? If you have a good cup of coffee in the morning, mind will be peaceful. So please understand, we are not asking for car, we are not asking for money, we are not asking for power, we are not asking for position, we are not asking for my children to be successful, we are not asking for good health, we are actually asking for peace in life. Peace and happiness, peace, happiness and love. These are three things. Love is when you share. Peace is when you are, peace, you are, peace, what is peace actually? What is peace? Peace is something when you are not disturbed by anything in life. Peace is something when you are not disturbed by anything in life. So peace is when you are yourself. Can you remember a situation where you are peaceful? You are in deep sleep, you are peaceful. The peace is your nature. Because in deep sleep, there's no friends, there's no relatives, no IIT, no money, nothing is there. You're peaceful. So you are peaceful by yourself. Please understand. Then that's the Atmano Mokshatam. Jagatitaya means serve the world. So if you are able to share happiness and peace with others, see, giving money, giving education and all some means, really you're sharing your peace and happiness with others. That's called love. When you share, it's called love. Love expands us. Peace makes us blissful, silent. So is there anything else anybody has asked in this whole list? Yes. Huh? What is it? Oh, somebody wants to go to Iceland. Okay. Somebody wants to go to Iceland. Why do you want to go to Iceland? Huh? You want to go to Iceland because you'll feel something new. Okay. So if you go to Iceland and there are a lot of trouble for you, disturbance for you, Iceland is a place. Okay. It can be Iceland, it can be Africa, it can be Paris. I want to go to a new place. Why do you want to go to a new place? Will you go to a new place if you are not peaceful there? You go to a new place, okay? So you want to find peace. You have an idea, imagination. In Iceland, I'll sit in a place, wonderful place, so peaceful, no disturbance from family, no disturbance from money, no disturbance from my friends. I'll be all alone and peaceful. Okay. So ultimately in Iceland, you're searching for peace. So similarly, people want to find peace. They will want to go to Himalayas. Why you want to go to Himalayas? I want to find peace. Arey, my dear, the peace is not in Himalayas. Peace is in your mind. If your mind is peaceful, you don't have to worry about Himalayas or Iceland. So all desires are for peace, happiness, and love. Namit says to attain God. What is God? Okay, God, what is God? God is peace, happiness, and love is called God. Peace is when nothing is there, you are by yourself, is called peace. That experience of peace, when you remember it, it's called happiness. And when you share with others, it's called love. So peace, happiness, and love is what you seek. That's called God. That's why all our mantras, if you remember, okay, they always end up with the Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us chant. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamuduchyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukino bhavantu. So the sloka is Purna Madaha. Adaha means God, consciousness, Brahman. It's Purna. Purna means there's no shortcoming. There's no deficiency. Purna Midaha. This world is also Purna. So how do you say the world is Purna? The world, there are a lot of problems. But the basis of world is consciousness. Ishvara only is appearing as the world, as Ishvara is Purna. So then, from Brahman, who is Purna, Adam, Purna Madaha, Purna Midam came. Ishvara has come. The world has come. The world is Purna, Brahma is Purna. But I am feeling Apurna. I am feeling incomplete. Can I feel Purna? Can I feel complete? Can I feel complete? So that is called Purna. So Purna Madaha, Purna Midaha, Midam, Purna, Purna Muduchyate. So from that Purna, this Purna has come. That means everywhere is completeness, fullness. Brahman is Purna and the world is Purna because world is nothing but appearance of Brahman, Ishvara. Like water appears as a wave, but even if it appears as a wave, it's Purna. Then how can you be Apurna? You are also appearance of Ishvara only. You are also appearance of Ishvara. Water appears as wave, bubble, foam. So even if it appears as wave, bubble, foam, the water is water only. Because like that, you are also Purna only. You are also fullness only. Right? Purnasya Purnamadaya. So from the world is removed also. Then the Purna remains. Purna meva avashishyate. So from you also, you remove the world. The morning time you have the world. Dream world is there. You remove. Then you have peaceful. You are Purna only. In deep sleep you are Purna. Fullness is there. So you have a problem in the waking state because you feel Apurna. You are feeling separate from the world. Then you want to go to Iceland. Then you want to become IITian. Then you want to earn a lot of money. Nothing is wrong with that. But the problem is we are feeling Apurna or incomplete. To recognize I am Purna, I am already Purna, is called Atmadana. That's called God realization. So somebody has, Namit is saying, I want to become like Prabhuji. Why do you want to become like Prabhuji? You want to become Purna, feel fullness. So that is the desire. All desires are for peace. Please understand. So when you are peaceful, you are happy. Because in the peace of the mind, the happiness of the self is reflected, Atma. Bliss of the self is reflected in the peaceful mind. So then you are happy. Then when you are happy, you want to help, you want to share, you want to, by sharing your happiness will increase. That's called love. Peace, happiness and love. Is there any other desire in life? You can give some name. Are we clear? So go to Iceland, go to Himalayas. Actually, if you go to Himalayas also, you will not find peace. So if you go to Himalayas or Iceland, you will find peace few days or few minutes. After that, the mind will start boiling. Why? The peace is not in Himalayas. Peace is not in ashrams. Peace is in ourselves. I have to discover my peace. If you don't discover your peace, you are peace, P-E-A-C-E. You'll become peace, P-I-E-C-E. So we have become peace. That's why you have problem. Peace, we have become pieces. So that's why Purna, Om Shanti, Shanti. I want peace. Now this peace is not temporary peace. This is not conditional peace. My children are happy, I'll become peaceful. That's a conditional peace. Tomorrow your children will have problem, then you'll be disturbed. If I get money, I'll be peaceful. That also is a conditional peace. The moment it'll get disturbed next moment. When are you going to find your peace? Please tell me. Not depend on anything. Your nature is peace. recognize that and try to become peaceful. That's called Atmadana. You go to Iceland or you go to Himalayas, you want to find, oh, I'll be peaceful if my children are happy. How long you'll be, my dear son, my dear? So there will be always some problem. The world will always change. Nothing will be stable in the world. So my children, if my children are happy, I'll be peaceful. How long? The children are now 20 years. They will become 70 years, 80 years. So 70 years and 80 years, you want to have happy, peace because of your children? Something will happen in their life. So you'll be disturbed. You want to destroy your peace? You can be peaceful, you can be loving, you can be happy, but you cannot put conditions on peace. The moment you can put on conditions, you are disturbed. Unconditional peace is what you want. Now, is the desire clear to everybody? So if your desire is for any conditional peace, you are actually signing off for disturbance. So let us come to Swadhisthana. What is it? Let us understand Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana means Swa Adhisthana. Swa means myself. Self. Adhisthana means establishment. Getting established in the self is called Swadhisthana. I'll tell a story for you. Okay? You listen to the story carefully and answer in the chat box. What answer? Once upon a time, there was a king. He was a terrible king. He will cause problem for everybody. One day, he caused a lot of problem for a young boy. The young boy wanted to take a revenge on the king. But the problem with the king is, you cannot do anything to the king. He is so powerful. His prana or the life force is not within his body. The boy tries to kill the king. No matter how hard he tries to kill, the king doesn't die. Because life force of the king is elsewhere. It's in a bird. He has kept his life force or prana in a bird which is away from 7 islands away. 7 islands away. That means you have to cross 7 seas to reach the bird. Nobody knows this secret. The boy finds out this secret. Then he finds a magic carpet. Using a magic carpet, he can fly to that island. Okay, he catches hold of the bird. Then he comes to the king's court. He twists the one leg of the bird. Immediately, king's hand is twisted. Twists another leg of the bird. Another hand is twisted. Leg is twisted. Immediately, leg is broken. He removes the wings of the bird. King feels helpless. Then he twists the neck of the bird. So the king dies. Is the story nice? Now, whose story is this? It is your own story. You are the king. You think you are great. So I am so great. Ego says always I am great. I am invincible. Nothing. Everybody is wrong. I am right. My husband is wrong. My children are wrong. My servant is wrong. My boss is wrong. But I am right. That's called king. Okay. Now the king has a prana or life force is in a bird. The bird is, what is this bird? The bird is where your desires are. Okay. Somebody has a desire in money. So the bird is the money. If something happens to the money, this person will lose his heart. Some person bird is what? Children. Oh, something happens to children, my children. Oh, I have a problem. Okay. Right? Some people, wife is the bird. Lovely bird. Okay. Something happens to my wife, I am in trouble. For some people, husband is the bird. Okay. Something happens to my wife, I am in trouble. Some people, body is the bird. I should look young and beautiful. How long you look young and beautiful? Something happens to the body, you'll feel bad. So now, think over very carefully what desire you have And what is the bird which you are speaking of? Please tell me, where is your life force? Which bird your life force is there? Can you please tell me? Huh? So type in the chat box what bird you are speaking of. What is your favorite bird? Where is your life force? Can everybody type? Where is that bird? I'll catch hold of that bird and break its neck. That's why. So please type in the chat box what is your bird? Where is the bird? So family is the bird for one person, right? Now, please understand, anything outside of us is not controllable. It is God who will control everything outside of us. Then if you put a condition, family is happy, I am happy. Family is peaceful, I am peaceful. Then you are disturbed. You cannot be. Why? Because family is outside of you. What is outside of you will be controlled by the God, not you. What you don't control, you cannot say I'll be peaceful if they are peaceful, they are happy. Why? If it is dependent on the outside circumstance, you are like a mobile, you are like a TV remote. Have you seen the remote? TV remote? Okay. TV is an instrument. If I click, the TV will switch on. If I click, switch off. Correct? TV is a machine. If your happiness is, your peace and happiness is dependent on outside, your peace and happiness is dependent on outside, you are like a machine. Okay, you say, I'll be peaceful if my boss behaves properly. So your boss has the remote. You are what? A slave, instrument. I'll be peaceful if my husband behaves properly. Then what are you? You are a robot. Switch on. You are there. I'll be peaceful if my children are happy. So then what? You are a robot. Where you have given remote, to whom you have given remote, that's a bird. So you want to live like that? Giving your remote control to everybody and say, I'll be happy, peaceful with somebody else is happy and peaceful. Somebody else will control me. So you have to decide, I am peaceful by myself. That's called Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana means, Swa means being self. Adhisthana means establishing myself. I am peaceful by myself. He is Swadhisthana. My peace doesn't require external conditions. That's called Swadhisthana. And who has to make this choice? You only have to make this choice. Nobody else can make your choice. So if you are not Swadhisthana, if you are remote controlled, your bird is somewhere else, then the Swadhisthana will be disturbed. That's called disturbance in the chakra. How will it be disturbed? If you are looking, if you are Adhishta, if you think the body, your bird is the body, I am body. Hey, you look very nice. Then you start floating. Ah, I am looking very nice. What happened to you? You are dull. Swadhisthana gets disturbed. So you want to really be in the Adhisthana self, then you have to understand your true nature. What is the true nature? Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shiva Nanu Nane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am pure consciousness, Shiva Swarupi. If you understand this, you are peace by yourself. If you don't understand this, your Swadhisthana will be disturbed. That's called chakra disturbance. Now, somebody has said, my children have to be happy. Somebody says, I want to become best IIT in the world. Everything you can become. You can become best IIT in the world. You can become the richest man in the world. Nothing wrong in desire. But you have to understand, desire is to become peaceful, or I have a desire, I am peaceful and I have a desire. Which is your case? You can have a desire out of peace, or you have a desire for peace. Which is your case? If you have desire for peace, then you'll be always disturbed, because desire for peace cannot be outside. So you have to say, I have to become peaceful. I am becoming peaceful. I am peace. Then you can have any desire. Then your desire will be easily fulfilled. Are you getting this? Anybody has not got this? Understand? Please raise your questions. So Vineet, your question, Vineet, you are saying that I want to be the best IIT in the world and richest man. That's fine. The desire is for peace. So you say, I am peaceful. I have to be, my nature is peace. Then whatever you do will become very, very successful. You'll become more successful if you do out of peace. If you do something for peace, then your remote control is outside. Anything small happens, you'll get disturbed. Is that clear to all? So Swadhisthana real meaning is, I am establishing my own self, Atma, which means I am pure consciousness. When you are pure consciousness, you are Purna, you are full. So if you are Purna, why do you work? Because if you are Purna, then you are out of that Purnatva, you have out of the fullness, whatever you do, you'll become great success. Are you clear? So there is a comment here. Somebody is saying, I feel all the people around me are connected to me and hence start having expectations from what they should do and what should not do. That starts affecting my peace. So, yeah, there are people who are around me, my wife, my children, my family, or my boss. They have some expectation. Why? Because of the expectation, they want to become peaceful. Correct? Their expectations make you, they have some expectation because they want to become peaceful, they have expectation on you. So what is?
Yes, Guruji, can I?
Yeah. What expectation you have on them, right? Makes you disturbed. That's what I'm saying. See, you have to have, please, you have to clarify two things. I have my wife or my family, my children. It's always good to have expectation. Okay. Without expectation, we will not be able to focus. So my child should get good marks in exam. That expectation is good. Okay. Now, expectations should not disturb you. For that expectation, what best I can do, you do. Convert that expectation to action. So what you can do to have your child to do well, put him to a good school. Do it. Give tuition. Do it. But what is not under your control is the child studies or not, you can't control. This child you may put a good school, but child may not study. The child may study well and still fail in the examination. That's not under your control. So what you should do is you should have expectations and you should do your best, but you should not get attached to the result. Then you are free. This is meaning of karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You focus on the action, not get attached to the result. Expectation is good, but expectation should translate into action from your side, but result is not under your control. Result is because of God. If you understand this, you will be peaceful. Is that clear? So what we want is, we have expectation and we want to get attached to result. My child has to do very well. If the child fails, poor fellow, the examination, something happened in the examination. So you start feeling bad. Then it's your remote control. So don't get attached to result. Focus on your action. Do your best. That's all. Then you're peaceful. Understand result comes from God, Ishvara. Okay. So this is the meaning of Swadhisthana. Anybody else has any questions? Can you please type in the WhatsApp window? We all have desires. The desires will start getting fulfilled when we start expressing them. And nature will fulfill your desire. One lifetime or 10 lifetimes or 100 lifetimes, it will fulfill. But the more focused you are in desire, the desire will become more, get fulfilled. So desires, you should start learning how to think through, express it on people or share with the people. Then it will become more, it will get fulfilled. Share with your friends or somebody. It should be not hidden in you. It should be outside. It's coming to nature, prakriti. So that it's like you have to put a seed. Okay. Then the problem with us is we have conflicting desires. Many times we have conflicting desires. One desire will fight with the other desire. What is the one desire will fight with the other desire? I want to have a lot of money. Okay. But if I buy a car, I'll be happy. So buy a car, you have to spend money. You want to have money and you have to spend the money. So it will be conflicting. Desires will conflict with each other. I want to be happy with a smart husband. If the husband is smart, he'll start putting his own demand on you. So to be peaceful, I want a husband who is smart. The smart husband will start putting desire on you. So there's a conflict. The desires will conflict. I'll be happy if my children become successful in life. Right? So for making children successful in life, you have to struggle. You have to work hard. So working hard, your office work will disturb you. So this desire will conflict with the other desire. No, I don't want disturbance in the office. Why? Because you want to have money. Why you want to have money? To make children happy. So make children happy, you are brought a disturbance. So you are making conflicts within yourself. So you have to understand that nothing in the world can affect me. I am peaceful by myself. My nature is peace. That is Swadhisthana. So can we say what? Can we repeat what I say? I am peaceful by myself. My nature is peace. Shantoham, Shivoham. I am peaceful. I am happy. I will help others. I will help everybody. I love. Help is expansion and love is expansion. But I don't expect any happiness or peace from somebody. I don't want to become slave in my life. I don't want to be a remote control. I am peaceful myself. I'll love all. I'll serve all. I'll make everybody happy. But I'll not be a slave of any circumstance. So if you understand this, you will have a Swadhisthana, which is beautiful. So with that, we'll close this session of Swadhisthana Chakra. Then we'll start discussion. So let us continue the Swadhisthana Chakra part 2. We're speaking about the bird. The mind is like a bird. Our mind is like a bird. Okay? Very restless. It will keep on flying here, there, it will fly. There was a bird sitting on the ship. Ship is going in the ocean. The bird is very restless. It wants to see the fruits. It wants to see the tree. But it can only see water and ocean, wave. So the bird tries to fly. It tries to fly to the north. Everywhere there's ocean. It doesn't see the tree. It gets tired and comes back. It tries to fly to the east. It tries to see it tries to find a tree, no tree. It comes back tired. West, south, everywhere the bird tries to fly, it's not able to find peace, the trees. It's very tired. So it comes and takes rest in the ocean, in the ship. So everywhere it's trying for flying, it will get tired. Right? Our mind is like a bird. Body is like a ship. So the bird will fly. Bird, our mind wants to find a happiness everywhere. That's like a bird. Happiness in the east, west, south, and north. But this bird called mind cannot find happiness anywhere. There's no, everywhere is ocean. Ocean is samsara, the world. You cannot find happiness. So you think I'll be happy if I get a car. The moment you get a car, again unhappiness will start. If I'll be happy if I get a job. The moment you try to get a job, you'll be, oh, I didn't get a promotion. Happiness and unhappiness follow. So it's like a bird flying everywhere. There's no happiness in the objects of the world or anything. But our mind is trying to find that, like a bird. The bird will get finally tired and comes and sits here. Then he'll go to sleep. Then he'll find peace. The body is like a ship. The world is like an ocean. The happiness is not there anywhere in the objects of the world. Is it there? If happiness is in the objects of the world, the same object should give happiness to everybody. Sugar gives happiness to somebody, but sugar gives the pain to a person with diabetes. So one person's happiness is another person's pain. So happiness is not in the object, happiness is in our own self. So the bird gets tired and comes and sleeps. Finally, ship will reach the shore. When ship reaches the shore, the bird flies now. There's a tree there. Similarly, our body is the ship. It reaches the shore of mukti or enlightenment. The bird has reached the destination. But bird can find only within the ship. The ship called body, the bird comes back. Finally, the body is required for a journey of spirituality, journey for discovering our own self. Then you reach the shore, then you are peaceful. So this is the story of the bird. Any questions are there? Then there are some questions. If some other people put expectation on me, how do I handle it? First of all, you should be able to very clearly demarcate what is the need and what is luxury. Need is something without which you will die. For example, if I don't get food 3 times a day, I'll die. If I don't have a house, I'll not be survive. So need is what is required for survival. Luxury is what you can have. For example, for me to travel, a vehicle is required, a car is required. Car is in need. But if I look for a BMW car or Rolls-Royce car, it becomes luxury. I have to spend a lot of effort and money on that. So you should be able to draw a line between need and greed, need and luxury for yourself and for others. So if others put a demand for luxury, you should be able to say, this is your need, this much I can help. Beyond that, it's luxury. Whether it's children or husband or family or a boss, you should be able to draw the line between the need and luxury. You should be very loving to everybody, but you should not be attached. You should have inner peace, but not getting affected by outside. That's what life is about. Is it clear to everybody? Any questions are there?